VR mode. VR mode. Center view. Center view. Well, that was quite exciting. For some reason, I must have given my control to the co-pilot through voice and parking brake.
Adjusting parking brake.
And they weren't doing a very good job. So, alrighty, I gotta go grab a bunch of stuff. Get in back here. What a pain. Okay, let's resize you a little bit. That should be good. Put you up above. It would be nice in VR if this stuff would stay where it was, but that ain't the way it is. Okay. VR toolbar. But that did. Or somewhat did. Come on. Just, if I put you over there, just stay. VR toolbar. Okay, center view. Move forward. Move forward. Okay, fuel valve. Fuel valve. Okay, I guess I'm ready. No, that was just crazy. Beacon light. Beacon light. Master battery.
Adjusting master battery.
Magneto start. Master alternator.
Adjusting alternator.
Taxi light. Avionics on.
Newcastle ground Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf requesting pushback.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf pushback request accepted.
Stop pushback. Set altimeter.
Altimeter set.
So I forgot to do that when I was getting my pre-flight ready. And kind of rushed to get everything going here. Just look okay. Yeah. Okay. ATC. I hope this doesn't happen again. Set 3. Set 4.
Newcastle ground Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf with Sierra request taxi for takeoff north departure.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to and hold short of runway 25 via taxiway Golf Alpha Charlie Charlie Echo Delta 5 Delta 4 Delta 3 Delta 1. Contact tower on 119.705 when ready.
Set 1.
Taxi to and hold short runway 25 via taxiway Golf Alpha Charlie Charlie Echo Delta 5 Delta 4 Delta 3 Delta 1 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Alrighty. Parking brake. Parking brake.
Adjusting parking brake.
Good Lord. When you move windows here in VR, for some reason you let go of the mouse and you think it should just stay there, but it doesn't all the time. So you look up and it's like right back where you started from, so. Going on 25. Not sure where they're taking me. When in doubt, follow the blue arrows. This sure looks like it's 25. So maybe, yeah. Maybe just the way the taxiways are, there's no taxiway to get up here to 25, so could very well be what's going on. This seems a little odd, that's all. I must have picked a different parking spot than when I tried this before. Yeah, I'm using voice attack, and it's got, the profile I'm using's got all kinds of things programmed, so somehow I inadvertently, I think, kind of handed the controls of the airplane over to the co-pilot. And it appears like the co-pilot I handed it to didn't know how to fly an airplane. Because I got flown right into the ground. I was like, oh my goodness, that was nuts. So are we continuing here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just had to be on a kind of in a weird parking place, so I moved the time back an hour since I'm so late getting started here, but I really wanted to do this flight. I was just disappointed. Make sure I actually really restarted the stream. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. And I got errands to run after this stream, so we'll see how that goes. Cause I really wanted to fly up to Edinburgh, because we had been we went to the tattoo there, so I wanted to kind of see that. Okay. Yeah, they're still just a glistening. I don't know why they're doing that. Alrighty, let me get everything set here. Nav light? Nav light? Landing light? Taxi light. Okie dokie. Set 1. Set 1. Set 3.
Newcastle Tower says to November 256 Bravo Golf ready at runway 25 departure to the north.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf cleared for takeoff runway 25 departure to the north approved.
Set 1.
Cleared for takeoff runway 25 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Yeah, it looks better. The altitude here is 263, and that's about what I got in my altimeter, so it makes me feel a little bit better. Alrighty. Let's go fly. Hopefully no more emergencies. That was a sad emergency because I couldn't do anything about it. I gotta look up the command. It's in my, it's in the log of voice attacks, so I can look at it and figure out exactly what it did. It sure had me surprised because I looked down, I was moving my pedals. And the pedals aren't moving. I'm like, okay, what? First I thought maybe they come disconnected, but like, no, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's something different than that, so.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Set 1. Alrighty. Heading 325. Set 1.
Newcastle Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf continue for north departure.
Alright, I'm going to pull the power back to about 2200. Try to get it to level off at 2500 here. So I'm going to shove the nose down just a little bit. Too much. And just trim it for right here. And the airspeed should end up about 110. Sometimes it takes just a little bit of time for the plane to kind of find like an equilibrium.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Set 1.
Newcastle Tower Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf frequency change.
was a little crazy. It's like a really fast, like, stutter. Where the whole scene just stuttered. Yeah, so I just looked at the altimeter, and it's the same altimeter that I had in before. So evidently, when I tell it to set the altimeter, it said it set it for sea level pressure, but it can't be true because it's not. It's at like 30. Between 30.4 and 30.5, so pretty much what the ATIS is, that's what it set it to. So, but I have to investigate the command that decided that I was not in command of my own airplane. And make that where it doesn't work. I don't need that kind of excitement. And I just couldn't do anything. I mean, I tried to kill the fuel. It wouldn't do it. I might have been able to kill it with the mouse. I don't know. Wasn't thinking that far ahead. I just knew in VR it was going to be a ride. Remember the first time I crashed an airplane in VR? I did something. I can't remember what I did. Something didn't work. That or I broke an airplane. I can't remember. But it like just nosedived right into the ground, and I was... I got out like, I'm probably 50 feet above the ground. I just closed my eyes. I knew what was going to happen, but I just didn't want to see it. So that's how realistic VR can be when in those kind of situations. So. Yeah, there's a couple of airports along our route, but they are, this may be one right coming up here. None of them have asphalt runways, they're all grass. And there's a few of them, there's probably 3 of them up through here. But I always am trying to find like an intermediate runway or airport where, yeah, so that's a grass strip. See if I can do this. Cockpit. So, yeah, you get a better view now. Yeah, so that's like a grass strip. And I just wasn't quite... If I'm going to do a touch and go, I don't want to do it someplace like that. That's just way too crazy. So, if what I'm doing right now isn't crazy enough. Cockpit. But I'm way more comfortable doing this, so. But it is kind of nice where you can get like an open view of where you don't have all the surroundings of the cockpit kind of constricting your view. But as you could see, the runway was fairly defined, so it was kind of a bit obvious that it really was a runway and not just a strip of, not just some grass. So it really looked like it was a grass strip runway. So we have 27 miles to go to our first stop, which is Flores Castle. Kind of funny the different colors out here, where you have like a reddish hue on some of the areas. Normally that would mean like iron or something like that, but I don't know here. But there's no trees on it by the looks of it. So we got about 21 miles to our first stop. Everything's looking really, really nice. So I guess I'm going to get a new yoke. I have a couple of small issues with this one, but it's a Fulcrum 1 yoke, and the things that are a problem I could easily change myself, but the creator, Chris, he wanted to send me a new one. So I said okay. So he's gonna send me a new one, and he just asked if I had the old box. I said yep, I do. So he'll send me a new one, and then when it gets here, then I'll send this old one back to him. Yeah, the one issue is the USB where it plugs in the back of it. It's kind of loose, so I had bought a aftermarket cable, and I thought that was the problem, but it appears like it might not be true. And then the other thing was is the yoke itself, where it attaches to the shaft. Mine was tending to loosen up. I couldn't ever get it, like, I'd get it tight, and then cause I fly with like one hand, so I kind of like offload a yoke, because I don't pull it back evenly. I pull back with my left hand. That's how I fly, because that's how I was taught how to fly an airplane. But so it would loosen up, so I looked at it a little bit, and I kind of figured out what was going on. The metal that like slides over the yoke, when I would tighten the set screw down, it was starting to make that metal kind of spread out. So kind of, I'm like a retired electrician, so building things, fixing things, finding a workaround, it was kind of my life for 45 years. so I kind of like looked at what I needed, and I says, well, if I can prevent it from doing that, then I can tighten it down, it'll stay. So I went and figured out what the diameter was, and found myself a hose clamp that was appropriate diameter, and drilled a hole in the hose clamp where the set screw went, and then tighten the hose clamp down right there and put the set screw back in. And to this day, that's how I'm flying this, and it's perfect. It doesn't loosen up at all. I locked her down, and that was the last time I did anything with it. So so he has retrofitted. He's come up with a bit of a more stout collar, you know, that fits over the shaft, so that won't happen again. So sounds like in about a week or so, I'll have a new yoke to play with, so I can send the old one back to him. I'll have to ask him if he wants a hose clamp. Alrighty. So we're about 12 miles out right now. I thought I was going to have to get up in elevation for those hills, but it turns out I was on the wrong course, so I didn't have to. Yeah, and this airfield I picked for the middle one, I couldn't get any information on it. So the only thing I know about it is how to get to it, but I don't know what the elevation is, what kind of runways are on it. But there was just like nothing there, so it's almost it must be like an abandoned RAF, you know, from maybe World War II, where you know, where there's like quite a few of them scattered around England that are just abandoned. So when you fly over them, you'll see X's on the runways that they're not a runway or an airport you're allowed to use. So. So pull power back a little bit. I'm 7 miles out from, and I can clearly see that I am way above the ground. So we'll just let it descend, kind of slowly descend, trying to be on course here and get low enough we can see something. So the airfield after here is off to my right. So it's a heading of 27 degrees and a distance of 7 nautical miles. So it says it's 3 miles, but I don't see. There it is. Okay. Wow. Because sometimes these things show up like 20 miles away, and then other times, I mean, like here, that was a little over 3 miles away when it finally shows up. It's kind of weird how all this works. Cockpit. Pretty cool. Cockpit. So I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna go out here a little bit, get turned around, come in across there at 500 feet, and try to give a little better view. See if we got her figured out. Cockpit. Pretty neat. Cockpit. Alrighty. Heading 27. That's 30. 7 miles out. Gonna overfly this first. Kind of figure out what it is. Set 3. Set 1. Set 1. Really? That's hard to believe. Let's try to get a little bit of elevation. It'll let me see a little better before I'm right there. Let's get up to about 1,000 feet here. I'll pull the power back again. What kind of runways we got? So we got a 25 and a 7, 19 and a 1. With no information which one's longest. So let's see if they're even marked. Yeah, if you look at the runway, there's like no markings on these. So, what do you want to do? That's just kind of craziness. I ain't quite sure yet. It's almost like the only place there's really a runway is way over there. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, no information. So that's 25. Okay, I'm gonna do a town wind for 25. Set 2.
Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec traffic Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf 1 miles north 1,600 feet inbound to land runway 25.
Way too high. Gotta get rid of some elevation here, but I got some time. Yeah, you see it's like darker over there. It's kind of bizarre. Okay. Well, let's spin around here. Get rid of some elevation. I get slow enough I can dump some flaps on. With too much elevation is most of my problem right now. Set 5.
Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec traffic Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is on downwind runway 25.
So I'm gonna get myself kind of where I need to be here. A little tight, a little bit tight. Flaps down. Start descending, Bill. Flaps down. Set 6.
Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec traffic Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is on base runway 25.
Because I don't truly know the elevation. Makes it a little more fun. Set 2.
Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec traffic Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is on final runway 25 to land.
Flaps down. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Sorry. Focus. Alright, no doubt. No, yeah, it's all VFR, so. Yeah, but like I said, there's like no markings at all. It's just crazy. Alrighty, where am I going? I don't really know. Okay, looks like 302. Didn't go bad. Yeah, so this is just so crazy. The place I went to before this airport, I was 3 miles away from it. Well, that disappeared.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is type Cessna Skyhawk 1 miles west of Echo Golf Foxtrot, Quebec. Request flight following.
I didn't request that.
256 Bravo Golf, Scottish Center. Squawk 2176.
Squawk 2176 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, radar contact 2 miles west of Echo Golf, Foxtrot, Quebec, 1,300 feet. Altimeter 30.42.
Copy Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So I was about 3.5 nautical miles away from a point of interest before I decided to show up. This one here is 30 miles away and it's already showing up. It makes no sense. I haven't figured out. I don't think there is rhyme or reason. I don't know. But heading kind of westbound, so I'm going to go up to 2,500 feet and then level off here. So. Oh my word. Oh dear. Yeah, so a little bit about me. I'll pull the power back here a little bit. I'm a former student pilot. I got 108 hours in a Cessna 172. I had to quit my training because of stress at work. I couldn't keep it out of the cockpit. So I started flying simulations. And now I'm retired, so I have the time, no stress, but not enough disposable income to go flying for real. And it's got away. So normally I've been flying VR and X-Plane for 3 years. I've been streaming VR for about a year. So when that's kind of my background is I know what VR should be, and I'm just hoping that they can get an implementation that's that's kind of close to the immersion that I get in X-Plane. So I've figured out how to get quite a few. I figure out what's going on. Oh, I was leaning on my. I was pushing my rudder pedals. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. If I wanted to make life easy, I have an HP Reverb G2. That's what I'm flying. So, and I'm running a 2080 Ti video card. So already I'm kind of like pushing my video card pretty hard to begin with. And then I stream on the same computer. So if I could find a 3090, I would buy it in a heartbeat, but I can't find them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of probably a little bit pushing the boundaries of certainly the VR and Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing. So I just in the evening I'll figure out where I'm going to fly, and currently we're flying to Edinburgh. And the cool thing about Edinburgh is we were on vacation and we went there, and they have a military festival thing called Tattoo, and I went. And we went to the Tattoo a few years back, so. yeah, about, you know, so So it's like what I'm flying. I mean, I'm running a Fulcrum 1 yoke, so that's about 500. I'm running MFG crosswind pedals, that's about 400. But yeah, real flight training is, when people go, well, that stuff's expensive, yeah. Yeah, an hour in where I live, an hour in a plane with an instructor is $200. I mean, so it's called all perspective, you know. And like I said, I've got good hours in a 172. So I kind of know. I know what it should do and how it should act, so. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So, as a pilot, how... I would stream in VR if nobody watched, but I really want people to watch. So I'm kind of curious, like how difficult is this to watch? Because I know whenever I move my head, the whole thing moves, and so I'm kind of curious, like how bad is this to actually watch? Oh, no way. Where at? Okay. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. So let me try something here. Cockpit. Is this better? Is this easier to watch or not? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Trust me, if I could find a way, I would. I gotta see if I'm okay for the hill. Okay, good enough. Cockpit. I just wanted to see what my elevation was. For like looking at scenery and that kind of stuff, I like the out of the cockpit view. Oh, my girlfriend's daughter lives there. That's really cool. Yeah, she lives there, so that's neat. That is neat. Yeah, as far as the viewing, yeah, I wish there was. I so much wish there was a way to make it better, but I've tried. I thought the outside view would be better, but if it's not, it's not. That's something I have to live with. Yeah, I have not heard of any. And if you hear of anything, I would try anything to try to improve it. So, because the sad part is that what you're viewing is basically wherever my head is, and I'm running so whenever I move my head just the slightest bit, even just talking, that view will move.
Going to 121.205 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Oh, okay, okay.
Edinburgh approach Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf 2,400 feet.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, Edinburgh approach, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.45.
I thought I recognized your handle. You on John Fly's stream off and on? Iowa Scotsman? Okay. I thought I recognized your handle, so. Thanks for the follow. For some reason, I haven't figured out how to get for some reason, I haven't figured out how to get the person that followed. I hear the tone in my headset, but I haven't figured out how to get it to display in the chat. I just haven't figured out how to do that. So I just, it's something I haven't figured out how to do yet. So, but I hear the tone. I hear the tone. So I know what it means. But oh, I seriously enjoy chat. I will not stream unless I can have chat. I just won't. It is, it's part of the experience for me. Yeah. I have a story. Oh, we got 10, 11 miles. Oh yeah, I got time. Alrighty. My experience with VR. VR come out with X-Plane 3 years ago now, I think. And it come out, they released it on Christmas Day. Kind of like, really? But that's what they did. So I kind of looked at it and understand one of my claims to fame is I'm the author of X-Static panels. So pretty much most people that are using static panels with X-Plane, they were using my plugin. So I had a lot of hardware here. So I kind of like looked at VR and I went, if I get hooked on VR, the panels are going to become useless. And so I kind of like went, I don't know. But I just heard about people that just went, but this is really, really cool. So I kind of like went, okay, well, let me go ahead and do this. So I went ahead and I ordered, let me think now, I ordered a Vive because I wanted to play on Linux. So I ordered a Vive, and it had screen door effect. It wasn't very clear, but it was immersive. So I went ahead and I was flying. I had it a week, and I took off and I was running the reality expansion pack for the Cessna 172. And I didn't want to wait for the engine to warm up, so I just went ahead and took off. I'm 800 or 1,000 feet above the ground, coming out of KERI, out of Erie, and I could hear the engine. The engine's gonna die, and I know it is. All of a sudden, in front of me, the prop stops. I'm like, okay, my real world training tells me fly straight ahead. I'm like, I'm 1,000 feet above the ground. I have an 800 feet long runway I left. If I can get it turned around and get it under me, I'll be golden. So I dead sticked it, did a turn, landed it. That was the last time I flew. I only flew in VR from that point forward. I was sold. It was that realistic, and I was just sold. So I've never flown not in VR until Microsoft Flight Simulator come out. I flew that a day or two and bought a Track IR until VR come out. And since VR's been out for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I only fly in VR. So That's my VR story. Yeah, it is. It is so different. So, we're 6 miles out. I guess I better get a little bit lower here. Yeah, I used Track IR for a long time. Actually, I was in Linux for quite a while, and still in. And I was Michael's who wrote the Linux track. That was Michael, and I was his test pilot. So Michael lives in the Czech Republic, and so he would send me a new version, and because we were like basically 24 hours apart from each other. I mean, we were half apart from each other. He's on the other side of the world. So I would go ahead and test. I'd give him feedback. He'd work on code, and then it would give me a new build to test. So I did that for about 6 months. So that I was using Track IR for quite some time on Linux. So what all do we got coming up here? So it looks like we got a few things coming up here. It looks like we got a hill too, so I'm gonna have to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing here. I gotta scroll. Okay. So I ain't so sure if that stuff's on the hill or if it's after the hill. I don't know that quite yet. Yeah, VR, as long as you got a beefy enough computer to run it, VR is great. If you don't, before this last update, when I was trying to use my HP Reverb G2 with my valve index controllers, it was a stuttery mess. I just could not do it. So I went back to using in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I went back, and for about a week I used my valve index, and but I had a G2 sitting here, and I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to do this. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it really was the last update, or I'm running the same video driver, so that isn't it. Or maybe an update to Steam, or Windows Mixed Reality for Steam VR. One of them. Any of them could have made a difference. So. But all I know is that it's acceptable to me in the headset. So streaming on the other hand, that's a completely different problem. So alrighty, what are we going to do here, Bill? Trying to make sure I got the plane kind of loosely trimmed here. Cockpit. Cockpit. Okay. I'm trying to find a way. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to give it a little bit of power here. Do a second pass on the where I was. I'm trying to find a way where I can, when I am out of the cockpit, that I have my instruments. Because like when you're in VR and out of the cockpit, there's none of your instruments are with you. Also, the VR toolbar, whoops. It doesn't come with you when you're out of the cockpit either. It's kind of like, oh crap. Oh, Bill, come on, get turned. I forgot about the hill. Oh, you're okay. Plenty of room. Alrighty. So when I'm out of the cockpit, it makes it a little challenging. Cockpit. Cockpit. I'm much better at it. A little stuttery. Alrighty. Alright. Cockpit. So we'll go to Edinburgh Castle. Yeah, when I first flew over this, I didn't, I actually didn't recognize it. What I was looking for is, I was looking for the bleachers and stuff that I sat in. But what I come to later realize is that they're not there all the time. Yeah, yep. Okay, looks like she's about level. I'll call it good. Cockpit. Yeah, so over on the left there, that's where the bleachers are set up. So that's where you set at. And this is the actual castle itself. But yeah, we stayed here for cockpit. Cockpit. Yeah, we stayed here for, I don't know, a few days. Maybe 3 or 4 days. So, so not, so I'm kind of glad I can get back and fly over it. Yeah, but because when I first flew over it, it was just flat out there, and I went, where are the bleachers at? And then I didn't realize that they only put the bleachers up if they're having something going on there. That the rest of the time it's just, it's not, they take them down, so. But I did not know that, so. Cockpit. Whoops. Wrong place, Bill. Cockpit. Cockpit. Was trying to get back over to Castle and I failed miserably. Then after that I'm going to do a landing. Cockpit. Yeah, it's not liking this at all. Oh well. Cockpit. Set 2. Set 1.
Edinburgh Tower, Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf is 6 miles east with Quebec to land.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf, Edinburgh Tower. Fly straight in runway 24. Altimeter tree 0.45, wind 264 at 15.
Fly straight in runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, cleared to land runway 24. Wind 264 at 15.
Awesome.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Well, I don't clearly see the runway. There's a little helper over here that says pattern entry. We'll fly over to that. It looks like that would set me up correctly, so. Straight in means I have to do everything a little bit quicker. But I got the plane slowed down, so. It's always fun to land at. I don't think yeah, I did land here before. I took off from here though. Because according, I put my heading bug to 2-4, so it should be on my left. And the way the sun is, it's kind of a little, yeah, it sure looks like there's a runway over there, so. Well in the speed zone for, what kind of elevation do we got? 110. So I'm at pattern altitude. Yeah, that sure looks like a runway over there. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. So wait till I get clearly lined up. And then dump in a notch of flaps and see if we can get rid of some elevation. $8,000 feet. Flaps down. Flaps down. Flaps down.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turn next taxiway.
Not bad. Do like my yoke. Makes doing that so much easier.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, exit runway when able.
Okay. Trying to find a taxiway. Did I go buy it? That one had an X in it.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turn next taxiway.
Okay, I'll do that. As soon as I find one. I think this is one. There we go. That's a taxi line. Try to stay on it. Okay.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact ground on 121.755.
Okay, I'll do that.
121.755 Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Edinburgh ground Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to parking.
Cessna November 256 Bravo Golf taxi to gate 10 via taxiway Bravo Alpha Echo Foxtrot.
Wonder how
Taxiing to gate 10
far away.
via taxiway Bravo Alpha Echo Foxtrot Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
So they told me to taxi to parking, and then now they got me going to a gate. I'm not an airliner. Oh well. Time is it? Oh, okay. Kind of hoping I got done around 1. Got to run to the store before my girlfriend gets home. Yeah, so I'm going to continue to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator until I think it's Tuesday that the Sim Update 3 comes out. So slow down, Bill. Then, depending on what happens with that, I'll probably switch back. I bought the Arbex True Earth for the UK. And so after that update for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm going to switch back over to X-Plane and fly in that for a while. I'm really hoping that their update kind of improves the performance, but I don't know. Is there anybody here? I don't see my guy. Oh yeah, they're gonna bring a jetway out for me. That's cool. It's like I'm pretty straight for you. Okay, we got the lights. Yeah. Ready? What now? Oops. Got it. Alrighty, parking brake. Parking brake.
Adjusting parking brake.
Nav lights. Avionics off. Yeah, killed it. Whoops. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can... Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Flaps up. Landing light. Beacon light. Master battery.
Adjusting master battery.
Master alternator.
Setting alternator.
Magnetos off.
Setting magnetos to off.
Magnetos off.
Setting magnetos to off.
The first time I say magnetos off, it goes from both to left, back to both. Second time I do it, it turns all the way off. I got no idea why it does that. But I did hear that, at least on Microsoft Flight Simulator, they've started doing work on VR controller support. So that's going to be like a great, for me, that's very important, because when I fly an X-plane in VR, when I click on the checkbox that says VR, until I'm completely done with my flight, I never use the mouse again. And it would be great to be in Microsoft Flight Simulator and do the same thing. I understand that X-Plane has 3 years of history in VR. So we're going to have to kind of crawl before we can certainly run. So, but I'm going to call it a day. And thank you so much for kind of, how should I put this? Putting up with the stutters and all that stuff in my streams. You have no idea how much I enjoy people in chat interacting with me. It's one of the reasons why I stream. It absolutely is, and I like to I like to pass the knowledge that I've gained over the years in flight simulation to anybody who's willing to listen. So, thank you so much, Iowa Scotsman. Been great chatting with you, and we'll call it a day. Goodbye. Thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate that.